today with a video on how I remodeled my laundry room for under $200. I'm so excited to share this video with you. I hope that you're able to take something from it and learn how to save and ball on a budget. This is the second room of the entire house renovation, not renovation, but the entire house remodel that I'm going to be doing. And I'm so excited to share the process with you. I'll be sure to list all the links, as many of the links as I can below, and all the pricing and the stores that I bought the merchandise from. But I'm really excited to share this journey with you because I love the way that my laundry room turned out. I'm so excited. And I'm looking forward to washing the load in a laundry room, doing a chore that I don't want to do. I'm actually looking forward to it because I love my laundry room just that much. So if you're new to this channel and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe because I have a whole house that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to show you how to save some money, baby. I'm going to show you how to save some money because I'm all about DIY projects and I'm all about balling on a budget.
So here's just a quick overview of what the laundry room looked like before the makeover. Just some boring white paint on the walls with a white metal storage rack. So first we'll start with the shelving. I went over to Home Depot and bought 2 wood boards, 1 by 10 by 8 feet. I brought them home and cut them down to 6 feet. Now I'm in the backyard on a nice sunny day in January, giving it a good sanding. I used the Black & Decker Palm Orbital Sander with 150 grit sandpaper. So after sanding twice on each side, I'm going to be using a very thin dark walnut to stain it. I'm using a cloth. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a cloth. It all depends on the project that I'm working on. I decided to use a cloth on this wood. So moving on to one of the DIY projects that I did, I was over at Home Depot and saw these picture frames on clearance for $1.74, and the lettering was also on clearance for $2.74. Those are letter embellishments for scrapbooking. So I just brought it home because the picture frames had lovely on the lower right corner of it. I didn't want that. I was gonna be turning the picture frames horizontal instead of vertical, so I just took a coat of white acrylic paint, went over the face of the frame once. Now I'm going to be adding my lettering to the frames. Now initially I was going to put them onto a piece of scrap paper and then cut those out and allow the white to be the border in the center of my frame. But after applying all of my letters, I didn't quite like the way that looked, so I changed my mind and just added the letters directly to the frame.
See, this is what happens when you have children in your workshop and they lose your stuff. Safety is first. However, I can't find any of my safety goggles. So I'll be using these goggles instead. They don't even fit. Oh, that's not right. Jericho, how do I not have any safety goggles down here? So I couldn't find my safety glasses, but I did find the next best thing, my range glasses. Safety first, cover those eyes up, protect yourself from the sawdust, any nails, anything that might be in the wood. So I'm about to get this work.
So now it's time for a demo. I do not suggest you use the method that I use to remove these wire shelving racks. Because I couldn't find a drill bit in the shape of the screw, I decided to just rip it out of the wall and created holes much bigger than they normally would have been. I'm so impatient. I was just ready to get started and get this project on the way, and I caused myself way more heartache in the long run than I would have and made my holes much bigger. Not a huge problem because I'm going to be filling them with some spackle before I paint. Just a little bit extra work that I had to do. So now it's time to start prepping for the paint. I had some leftover paint from a previous project, one gray and one black, and I wanted the gray to be a little darker, so I just added some black to it. So we're going to keep the baseboards and all the trim white. So here I'm just taking a brush, I'm going around, getting all the lines nice and crisp, trying to stay as neat as possible before me and Jericho get in here and get to work. We've already started painting half of the room already. Right now we're just finishing up this far wall so that we can get done. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So I made these brackets for the shelving unit that I wanted to put here on this back wall. But what I did not take into consideration is that the wall is a short wall, right? So I cut my boards at 6 feet, not taking into consideration that I'll need a little access space in order to get the shelves to sit flush, to sit on the brackets, right? So I know these shelves don't necessarily look finished. I was gonna put another coat of paint on them and fill in those nail holes before I secured the wood to the shelves, but this didn't work. So I'll take these shelves down and use them somewhere else. Maybe in one of the boys' rooms since it's already done. But I sent the boys to the store to get me different kind of brackets, and I'll just use those. But these are my panels. Stained them and got them all pretty, just like I wanted them. They were supposed to go on this shelf, but that idea did not work. Lack of planning and preparation. But we'll improvise and get through it.
So here I'm not quite sure what happened. I didn't have a problem using my stud finder and finding the studs in the wall. And the other 3 brackets went directly into the wood, perfect fit, no problem. But this one, I missed the wood some type of way. So this is Jim, my husband. He's showing me how to properly apply the butterfly clips because I did them backwards. So he's giving me a quick little lecture and a quick little tutorial on how to do that right, so that I don't have that problem in the future. But he came to the rescue, helped me get it together. So here I'll go ahead and attach the shelving to the brackets. The last step before it's time to decorate. I'm so excited. It's not always a good idea to eyeball your nail placement when you're hanging your pictures, but I was lucky this time. Came out good on the first try. Doesn't always work that way, but So we are all done now, and I just wanted to remind you of what the laundry room looked like before we got started with it. And this is the final product. I'm really so pleased with how it turned out. So thank you for watching my video about this laundry room. It was so much fun creating this beautiful area to do chores that are not so pleasing. I was able to stay close to my budget. I went over a little bit, right over $200, but I think it was well worth it. I really loved the outcome. I'm looking forward to being able to use it. I do plan to put a table or some type of cabinet over in that far right corner, but this is the final product. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe.